Hello there and welcome to another video of Des Illustrates. I got 11 new watercolors to show you from some different pens. I have a couple from Daniel Smith, some from Winsor Newton and some from Schmincke. I'm really excited about these because next to my Roman small watercolors, these are the first real artist grade watercolors that I have. So it's nice to see the more professional watercolor collection slowly building. The first color that we got is Cascade Green. It's one of the colors of Daniel Smith that I got. The other color from Daniel Smith is Moonglow. These are two colors that I have been wanting for a while now. I've seen them on various YouTube channels with other people and also swatches on all kinds of websites. And they just seem really beautiful with the granulation and the separation of the colors. I first was gonna wait to get the full set from, I believe her name is Jane Blundell, and there are tubes in that set, so you can pour your own pens. And that set has some more colors that are really beautiful. But I got these pens as a gift for my mom. And I was browsing the website when she asked what colors I would like, and I saw that Daniel Smith had some pens too. So I couldn't resist and picked out these two colors. The Daniel Smith Moonglow had a bit of trouble on this paper. The other colors all hadn't. I have made many swatches now on this paper for my swatch book, and I don't have much trouble with any color at all. But this color, it didn't do much at all. It was really almost like Payne's Gray when it was dry. So I made a second swatch of this one on some leftover Arches paper, cold pressed, that I had lying around from when I did a painting and the paper was a bit too big. That swatch we will see later on in the video, but for this color that's made a huge difference, because like I said on the swatch that we do right now, it almost looked like a Payne's Gray or more with a purple undertone. And on the second swatch on the Arches paper that I have right here, you can really see that it's separating between a bit of a blue almost to the greenish side and a purple and a gray, and there is beautiful granulation going on and everything. And yeah, I couldn't get that on the other paper, and I tried on some scraps that I had of that paper from cutting the little cards. I tried that again, and I got the same results no matter how much water I used or how I applied it. So the Moonglow doesn't seem to do what it does on the cheap paper, or it's not really cheap paper but on the student grade paper, and it behaves really different on the Arches. So that's an interesting note, that if you invest in some colors, it might not do what you see on internet or on YouTube if you don't use expensive paper. The color that we are swatching out right now is Permanent Mauve on Winsor and Newton. This color was a bit of a surprise when I first swatched it, because I did some quick swatches before I did this swatch card. And it was much lighter than I had expected from what I saw on the swatches on the website where I picked them from. And the granulation was much stronger too. I do really like to see that level of granulation, and I think it's a really interesting color. And I also can't wait to start mixing with it, because I think it will give some really interesting effects that happen, maybe even some color separation if you mix it with some other colors. So we will see what that does. And the next color is Perylene Violet. This color I wanted to get also for a little while. A little while back I had a dot card of Perylene Green from Winsor Newton. And I really loved that color, and when I was looking at it I found that there are more colors from the Perylene family, and one of them was this, the Perylene Violet, and I just loved it. All the Perylene colors seem to be a bit of a muted tone. It is a really almost earthy look that it has, and I really love that, and I think it's a really stunning color. On the video, what I see when I'm editing this right now, I'm seeing a really bright color, but I don't know for sure if it's applied like that and dried more muted, but it's a lot more muted in the swatch that we just made, but the dry one. And we will look at all the dry ones in the end of the video, so I will point it out there if it's still too bright. The Perylene Maroon, also another color of the Perylene family. This one I was a little bit disappointed when I was swatching because I thought it was a bit bright. I remember that, and it dried way duskier and way more muted than it did in the swatch, although I think that the color that we're seeing on the screen is still a bit too bright even for when I was swatching. But the final color that when it dried I am really happy with. It does really remind me of a Perylene color, just like the other ones. And the final color that I got was from Winsor Newton was Perylene Green, also from Winsor Newton, but because we swatched that already in some previous videos, I'm not gonna swatch it here again because I already made that swatch card with that dot card a little while ago. So we will look at the swatch card together with the rest at the end, but I'm not gonna swatch it separately. So right now we are moving on to the Schmincke colors that I got. The first one is Potter's Pink. That's also a color that's been on my wish list for a little bit, because I have seen some people mix it on video, some exploring videos with the color, and I think it's a really interesting color to try and mix some beautiful colors with myself. And I also think that it's really nice to try and mix some granulating colors with it that normally don't granulate, like some oranges. So we will see. But that's something I'm really curious about and excited about with trying. So we will do that somewhere in the near future. Another color that I got is Quinacridone Violet from Schmincke. That color is the one that we are swatching after this one. And I must say that I got that mainly because I already have that color in the Van Gogh set, and this color has the exact same pigment as that one, but it's a different brand and artist grade brand. So I was really curious how this one behaves and how this one looks when it comes from higher quality brands than the Van Gogh is. And I must say that I am not disappointed. The color looks much deeper, and also when I apply a lot of pigment, it doesn't go shiny on the paper right away. The final swatch did end up having one little shiny corner where I really packed a lot of pigment, but Yeah, not like the Van Gogh swatches do. So I'm really happy with that because this is a really favorite color of mine. And I must say that this color is a bit more on the blue side than the Van Gogh has. I have various quinacridone colors from them. We will do a comparison later on. Not in this video, but later on the channel. I'm compiling some color videos, and we will talk about that later in another video. But yeah, this is one of the colors that I got for that. So that's gonna be really interesting because I can see right away, like I said, that it's different. You can see the quality, but also I haven't really mixed it yet with other colors that I have. So I am really curious about that because it basically, like I said, it's the same pigment. It's PV19, and the one from Van Gogh are also that pigment code. So I am really curious to see how they will differ in mixing with the same colors. Next color that we are seeing here is French Ultramarine. When I was picking out some colors, I really wanted to pick out some blues because the blues in the Van Gogh sets are the thing that I like the least. I love my Van Gogh set. I paint a lot with it, and I think it's a really quality brand for the price that you pay. And if you're starting out, I think it's the best brand that I have encountered so far. But for that price point, at least in the student grade, it's a really high-end student grade. But the blues are just they are not true cobalts and true French ultramarines, and that kind of cerulean blue is also, it's a mixture with white, and same with the cobalt in the set, and you can really notice that in your mixes and in the end paintings. I really struggled with that with some butterfly paintings that I was doing. So I got myself 3 new blues: French ultramarine, cobalt turquoise that we're seeing right now, and cobalt blue light. It's one that comes after this. And I'm really happy that I did, because what a difference does the real deal make. The colors are prettier, they are not that opaque. The French ultramarine has a really stunning granulation that the Van Gogh version doesn't have. So I'm really happy to have some true blues in my set that have no white in it and that are just the real pigment. And I'm also gonna have a video where I'm comparing this and mixing with the cheaper ones, so we can see what the difference really makes. I can't really say over all the colors that we have seen so far and swatched what is my favorite color. There are a lot of colors in here that I have wanted for a little bit, and yeah, I'm really excited about all of them. I love all of them, and so far what I've seen, they swatch out beautiful, and also way less opaque than I'm used to, so that's a really big bonus. And I can't wait to start playing with them and to start mixing them with other colors and comparing them to the Van Goghs to see how they are different, because I think it will make a really big difference also in mixes and in the look of the final paintings and such. I'm not sure how I'm gonna compare them yet. I'm still working that plan out, but if you want anything specifically seen of these colors, or you have a certain color that you are really interested in seeing it mixed with other colors, let me know down below in the comments, and I will write down that there is a specific interest for that color, and I will see if I can make it happen. Personally, next to trying out the color differences between these and my old paints, I am particularly excited about the Potter's Pink, because I've seen such pretty things with it, and I am really curious to see how it will mix and how the granulation will affect the mixes when it dries. Maybe we get some really pretty separations. And also the Cascade Green, of course. I'm really curious about that one too. Right now we can see all the dry swatches. And there we also have the Perylene Green that we didn't swatch in this video because I already had a card. And here you can see what I was talking about in the Moon Glow. It dried almost like a Payne's Gray, and it was really weird. And here you have the same color, but then on the more expensive paper I swatched it out on the Moon Glow paper, or on the Arches paper I mean, and you can see the huge difference that it made. So I will be playing with that a bit more. I already did. I didn't film that, but I had some more scraps of the same paper I made the swatches on, and it didn't make a difference how much water I used or anything. So I'm sticking the Arches paper swatch in my swatch book. And here we can see the permanent mauve. You can see that really pretty granulation happening. That's a bit weird, like it's almost broken, but I really like it. Perylene maroon is just a bit too bright still, same as the Perylene violet. The swatch cards in real life are way more muted, or a bit more muted. Here we see the beautiful, stunning granulation of the Potter's Pink. I'm really in love with this color, and I can't wait to start mixing with it. And the French Ultramarine also have its typical granulation that the Van Gogh French Ultramarine doesn't have. So if you're looking for a non-granulating French Ultramarine color, then the Van Gogh has that. And the cobalt turquoise, I don't really have a color like that in my palette yet, and I really loved it, so I had to get it. And with that we already have come to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing me swatch all the colors and ramble about how beautiful they are. I want to thank you very much for watching, and I also want to thank my Patreons for supporting me over there, and with that this channel. I hope to see you next time. Bye!